The minute some people walk into the room, you feel the confidence. They need not open their mouth, but you feel it. There is a sense of validation and confidence that speaks for. I've seen such people, they may not even have language skills, not only in English, but even in their native language. But still, there is a kind of confidence. So, what is this unshakable confidence? We all have witnessed it at some point in our life. A person walks into the room, and even before they open their mouth, you feel their presence, as I mentioned now. It's an invisible, unshakable confidence that you experience. It's not something that people talk about. Most people mistake confidence for loudness, a big personality, or even flawless vocabulary. Still, we have people who think that if only I could speak good English, or if I were an extrovert, then I would be confident. People would call me confident, at least validate me. But true confidence is not about these things. Sadly, I have come across some speaking platforms also advertising in such a manner, saying that the minute I began speaking English, people started valuing me. Some communities are like that, but do you think it's going to stay for a longer time? It's going to wither. Because confidence is not about these things. It's not in these things. You can speak broken English, but still you can command a room, even if your language skills are not up to the mark. You could be the quietest, introverted soul and still possess a gravity that makes everyone listen. So unshakable confidence doesn't come from your external skills, your qualification, or your personality. And it comes from something deeper, something that we have to look beyond a personality. It is the absolute absence of the need to prove yourself to people. You don't have to prove yourself every time you enter a room. It can be just your presence. So there are some elements of unshakable confidence. What is it, something more which makes that person confident? Is it the dressing, the personality? Of course, it's not the language skills. Is it the profession? No, not always. So what is that something more? It boils down to 3 core pillars. The first one is internal validation. Who else is going to validate you if you don't do it? So average confidence is conditional. It relies on compliments, success, approval. Every time you want approval, comments. So unshakable confidence is unconditional. It's rooted in self-acceptance. Now here you have to be careful. It's not about overconfidence where you say whatever you do is right. No, that is not self-acceptance. Self-acceptance need not be loud where you say, I'm right, I have experience, I have this much age, I've been doing this for so many years, or I've seen the world more than you. No, that's not the thing. Of course, it's your achievement, but self-acceptance is something different. So when you walk into a room, you're not asking whether they like you, but you're just asking if you're comfortable and if you like them. You've already approved of yourself, so the room's opinion cannot break you. It shouldn't break you. There is one more point, that is the second one, comfort and vulnerability. Truly confident people aren't afraid of making mistakes. They don't pretend to know everything. If they know something, they're very confident about that. They're perfectly comfortable in acknowledging their mistakes. Sometimes they even go to the extent of laughing at their own blunders. It's not that people can mock them, but there also they know where to set the boundaries. So the third point is very important, which is the intentional presence. Now here they are fully in the moment. That is what I mentioned. They aren't trapped anywhere. They are not in their heads trapped, wondering how they look, how they sound, because they are grounded. They know about themselves, their body language. It becomes open, their eye contact becomes steady, and their energy becomes stable. And because of all these things, their personality, their presence itself becomes magnetic. So it is something that comes from within, but they know what they're doing. Now, what is this myth of perfect language? Though I'm speaking about all these things, there is still this illusion, a kind of myth of language fluency, because many people address fluency and they relate fluency to confidence. They think that it's one and the same. And some people even go to the extent of thinking that communication skills are the same as language skills. No. So let's dissect this. Millions of people believe that fluency, specifically when you deal with a global language such as English, it is known as the golden ticket to confidence. Okay, they feel that it is a golden ticket to confidence, which is not correct. But language is merely a tool for connection. It's not a measure of your worth or your intelligence. Many people don't realize this. So the other day I happened to listen to a leader of a school addressing the students and parents saying that you need to know English. That shows your confidence. I mean, maybe she meant something else, but it needed some rephrasing. Okay, so that is very important, because when you speak to children, when you speak to parents also, I think we all as educators should be very, very careful about the words we use. At least use simple language and convey what is true, what is really correct, what is correct, the ground reality. You would have also met people who are flawless in English, grammatically correct, good vocabulary, but still there are people who feel anxious, who are rigid and desperate for approval. That is so unfortunate. They just want approval. The fluency didn't save them. Okay. And conversely, have you met or even spoken to someone with a heavy accent, maybe MTI? They make a lot of grammatical errors, but they have this air of confidence around them. They speak with such conviction, passion, and ease that you feel captivated. So that is all about the unshakable confidence. And when you connect confidence to a language, you make your self-worth hostage to a dictionary. Are you a walking dictionary? You need not be. Unshakable confidence means knowing that your thoughts, your dreams, your ideas, and your value remain completely intact. You don't need approval. So even if you mispronounce a word, even if your English is imperfect, it's just like not being perfect in another language. Communication is about impact, not perfection. How much can be done? What are you doing to others? All these things. Now, next comes call to action. How to cultivate this presence, because we have been speaking about unshakable confidence. If you want to build this presence, you must change the internal script, because that's the only place where you have to begin. Tomorrow, when you walk into a meeting, a party, a conversation, shift the focus. Instead of trying to construct the perfect personality of the perfect English, or even the perfect person with that perfect job profile with that much salary, or being the perfect host, you have to focus on being completely present. Listen deeply, breathe from your diaphragm, drop your shoulders. So even if your body language is not that confident, it's okay. You can pay attention to these things, that is being at ease, comfortable. Stop viewing every social interaction as an audition where you're being judged. Start viewing it as an experience where you're simply sharing a space with a person you want to, maybe just a conversation. So unshakable confidence isn't something, it's not like a switch you flip. It's a relationship you build with yourself first. It's a quiet realization that you belong in every room you walk into. You belong there. Okay? Even if nobody asks you, how are you? You belong there. You're valid. You're valuable. So trust your value. Let go of that need to impress. You don't have to impress. And watch how the world begins to feel your presence, because you're not here to impress. You're just here to share that space. Maybe you think it's all part of being humble, because some people mistake humility for surrendering, for being quiet, or to just say yes to everything. No. You can be assertive. You can comment. You can give a remark. At the same time, you should know where to keep that boundary. You can't be rude, you can't be ruthless because you're living in a society. If you want it, it's your choice. There should be some courtesy because you're a human being. You're not a wild animal that's expected to be like some other character. Even wild animals know their boundaries. I feel sometimes the animals are better than humans in some ways. So it's all about the unshakable confidence where you don't expect the approval from others. And it's really very important, especially in the digital era. It's so very important. Happy learning. Let me give you 2 more examples to understand the meaning of unshakable confidence. Think of yourself like a mountain. On some days, the weather around the mountain is beautiful. The sun shines, the birds sing, and travelers stop to admire how grand it looks. This is like the days when people praise you, when you succeed, or when you feel good about how you look. But the next day the weather changes. A violent storm rolls in. Thick fog covers the peak, heavy rain batters the slopes, and fierce winds howl. The mountain's beauty is hidden. To an outside observer, it looks bleak, dark, and vulnerable. But here is a secret: the mountain does not care about the weather. The mountain doesn't try to change the storm. It doesn't apologize to the clouds for being hidden. It doesn't lose its identity just because it's a rainy day. Why? Why does this happen? Because the mountain knows it is not the weather. The storm is just something passing through. Deep beneath the surface, the roots of the mountain remain completely unmoved, grounded in the earth. Unshakable confidence is realizing that you are the mountain, and your emotions, your failures, your flaws, and the opinions of other people, that's just the weather. Most people spend their entire lives trying to control the weather. They think, if I can just make the sun shine all the time, if I can just be perfect, never make a mistake, and make everyone like me, then I'll be confident. But you cannot control the weather. You can, however, ground yourself. Unshakable confidence begins the moment you practice unconditional self-acceptance. So you need to declare now, wherever you're seated, just repeat after me. I am allowed to be human. I am a human. I am allowed to have flaws. I am allowed to fail. And none of those things change my core value as a human being. If you haven't repeated after me, go back, replay, and just do it for yourself. I know that you are aware of these lines. You know that you are a human being, but still, this means something. The declaration, the affirmation, and the words you tell yourself is magic. It moves something within you. It's not a motivational speech, but motivation comes from action. And let that action begin now, not tomorrow, not later. Avoid feeling bad about the past. Avoid being unsure about it. Everything happened for some purpose, be it for the bad or good. You don't need to be the smartest person in the room to be confident. You don't need to be the most talented or the most attractive. True confidence is simply being entirely okay with who you are right now, in this exact moment, even with all your unfinished pieces. Even if you're shattered, even if you're broken from within, even if you're not acknowledged, not heard, even if you're in a loop where you feel that you are not in the right track, even if people just blame you or don't even see you, yes, Self-acceptance is for everybody. On the other hand, if you feel that you're successful, even if you feel that you have achieved everything, you're living your dream life, your dream family, you need to accept yourself. You need to acknowledge gratitude and just move forward, because tomorrow you may crave for that approval, because the world puts you in a place where you may feel that you need the approval of others. Let not that happen to you. God bless.